Why did an old man kick my butt in a dog training competition? On today's dog training tip, we're going to talk about motivational training versus dominance training. 12 years ago, whenever I first started doing competitive dog training, I had 4 months to get a couple of my dogs ready for the ring. And during that time period, I was in a class with another guy who had around 4 or 5 dogs that he was training. Now, back then, I had more of a dominant approach of training dogs. And so I was getting my dogs trained very, very quickly in the beginning. Now, when I was looking at this other guy, he was kind of playing with his dogs a lot. He was doing more happy, fun stuff. It really didn't look like training at all. And I'm thinking, man, does this guy not know that he only has 4 months to train his dog? So anyway, 4 months passes, and we get to the dog show, and I'm competing against him, and my dogs start to fall apart. They start to lose their confidence. Their behaviors are very inconsistent, and his dogs are doing everything exactly perfect. They've got animation. They're very confident. They know exactly what they're doing. It's as if they've been doing it for 100 years. And as I'm sitting on the sidelines now, a guy approaches me and says, "Hey, you know that guy in the ring there?" I said, "Yeah, I know of him. I see him in class a lot, and I've talked to him here and there." He said, "Well, whenever he used to show a lot, he used to come to the dog show and clean everybody's clock. You would hate to see him in the ring because you knew his dogs were going to perform their best, look their best, and behave their best." And in that instant, it dawned on me that, you know what? The dominant dog training approach looks really, really good. And pretty much what's happening is I was able to mask my mistakes and faults. But when it really counted, that's when everything started to fall apart. And that's the difference between motivational training versus dominance training. When your dog's motivated to doing something, they're going to be more reliable to following through with it when it counts. Versus when you're using a dominant approach where it's more forceful, it's going to be kind of shaky. And the reason being is because you're connecting it to something negative. Um, Whenever your dog's motivated to working, they're using a different part of the brain. And that's the part of the brain that really gets their mind in gear and they become more of a problem solver. When you're using a dominant approach, you're changing the narrative to you and your dog's relationship that it's a battle, right? And who's going to win today, right? And that's exactly what you don't want to do, okay? So, in today's dog training tip, the question is dominant training versus motivational training. And in the end, dominance training will lose every single time.